Wike and Atiku have still not settled their beef. Can you believe it? Hey God, can you believe it? It's just a battle of egos. They are just trying to outsmart each other. They are trying to count scores. They are trying to win each other. By picking different candidates. They're just counting scores in short. Before we go into the details of today's news, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do well to subscribe. Turn on the post notification bell so that you can be the first person to get notified whenever we upload a new video. Help us grow this channel by giving this video a massive thumbs up so that it gets recommended to other YouTube viewers all around the world as well. Lastly, leave your opinions in the comment section below. Without further ado, let's delve right into the details of today's news. Wike floors Atiku as CHINDA emerges minority leader. The supremacy battle between presidential candidates of the People's Democratic Party (PDP), Atiku Abubakar, and former governor of Rivers State, Nyesom Wike, over minority leadership of the 10th House of Representatives climaxed yesterday. Wike's anointed aspirant emerged minority leader of a house, displacing Atiku's choice. Newsroom Nigeria on Friday gathered that Wike's favorites emerged through a consensus during a meeting of a PDP minority caucus at the prestigious hotel in Abuja yesterday. Newsroom Nigeria learned that Atiku's choice, Honorable Oluwole Oke, was compelled by the prevailing circumstances at the meeting to pull out of the race. Wike had favored Chinda, who represents Obiakpo Federal Constituency of Rivers State, against Oke, representing Obokun Oriade Federal Constituency of Osun State, who was projected by the former vice president. The caucus unanimously endorsed Chinda, a development which compelled Oke to step down. Also yesterday, a member of a House of Representatives elected on the platform of the Labour Party, Honorable George Ibezimako Ozodinobi, emerged as the deputy minority leader of a house. At the meeting of Labour Party's Minority Caucus held at the National Assembly Complex, Ozodinobi, who represents Anocha Njikoka, Dunakofia Federal Constituency of Abia State, also emerged through consensus. His arch rival for the position, who is also Labour Party's Minority Caucus leader, Honorable Afam Victor Ogene, was also forced to step down following the unanimous endorsement of Ozodinobi by his colleagues. Newsroom Nigeria on Friday gathered that the aspiration of Ogene, who represents Ogbaru Federal Constituency, crashed in the wake of overwhelming popularity of Ozodinobi, who hailed from the same constituency with the Labour Party presidential candidate in the February 25 election, Peter Obi. Atiku and Wike had, in the aftermath of the general elections, returned to the trenches over the minority leadership seat of a House of Representatives. The two PDP leaders, it was gathered, left no stone unturned in the plot to outwit each other in the countdown to the inauguration of the 10th Assembly. Findings by this paper reveal that the duo mobilized members of a Green Chamber on the platform of a PDP and other opposition parties in a bid to gain advantage. Wike had engaged in relentless hostilities with Atiku ahead of a February presidential poll, leading four of his colleagues under the aegis of G5 governors to work against the presidential bid of Atiku in the poll. Newsroom Nigeria on Friday recalls that CHINDA, who was projected for the same job in the Ninth Assembly, lost as his principal was outwitted by his colleagues, led by former governor of Delta State, Ifeanyi Okowa. Okowa supported Honorable Ndudi Elumelu from Aniocha Ochimili Federal Constituency of Delta State, who eventually lost the slot. Already, Newsroom Nigeria on Friday confirmed that Chinda and Uzudenobi's names have been forwarded to the leadership of a House of Representatives. Specifically, it was gathered that Chinda and Uzudenobi were presented to the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Tajuddin Abbas, by the leadership of a minority caucus on Thursday. Meetings of the two major minority caucuses, PDP and Labour Party, were held at different venues in Abuja yesterday, Thursday, where the reps minority leader and deputy minority leader were elected through consensus. Members elected on the platform of PDP, which is the main opposition party, met at Nikon, where Honorable Kingsley Chinda from Rivers State emerged as the reps minority leader. Honorable Chinda was favored by former Governor Wike, who has been mobilizing human and material resources to ensure his victory. You can recall that ex-Governor Wike also supported Chinda in the Ninth Assembly. He lost in the Ninth Assembly, but he made it this time around. Chinda's challenger, Honorable Oluwole Oke, who was actively supported by former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, was forced to step down when it became clear to him that his colleagues overwhelmingly preferred Honorable Chinda. The members did not want to hear the name of anyone associated with Atiku Abubakar. For the Labour Party, which was allowed to produce one of its members for the position of the deputy minority leader, majority of Labour Party's 35 members favor the emergence of Ozodunobi as deputy minority leader of the House of Representatives. The leader of the Labour Party's caucus, Honorable Gene, who also showed interest, was effortlessly shoved aside as he could not garner reasonable support. Ogene was also forced to withdraw from the race. It was easier for the aspiration of Ozodunobi to sail through easily because it supported the aspiration of the Honorable Speaker, retired Honorable Tajuddin Abbas. So the two minority leaders emerged through consensus, and their names have been forwarded to Mr. Speaker, who has accepted them. An opposition federal lawmaker who craved anonymity stated. A member of the House of Representatives, Honorable Benedict, confirmed the reports in a telephone interview. Otana Ben, who represents Sapele Oke, Federal Constituency of Delta State in the lower chamber of the National Assembly, said Labour Party's deputy minority leader emerged through consensus. You all, what do you think about this? Subscribe if you haven't. Thank you very much for always listening and watching. I will see you in my next video. Bye for now.